Your AC company charges a full service call to clean your drain line. That same job costs you about $3 and one brown bottle of hydrogen peroxide. But here's the catch. Half the peroxide hacks people post for your AC are flat wrong, and a couple can fill your house with toxic gas. So today I'm giving you the 11 that actually work, including number 6, the one that saves you a $200 service call. Want a quick win before we even start? That musty, sweaty sock smell when your AC first kicks on? Pull out your washable filter, spray it down with 3% peroxide, let it dry, and pop it back in. Half the time that funk is gone the same day. So stick around for number 9 too, the mistake that can fry your AC and shock you if you get it wrong. First up, the one thing you have to know before you buy a single bottle. Number 1, the bottle you want and the one that can burn you. Walk into any pharmacy and grab the plain brown bottle. That is 3% hydrogen peroxide, and 3% is the only strength you need for everything in this video. It is cheap, it is stable, and it cleans without hurting you. The trap is this. Online, you will see something called food-grade hydrogen peroxide, usually sold at 35%. That is more than 10 times stronger, and at full strength, it causes serious chemical burns the second it touches your skin or eyes. It is a strong oxidizer, the kind of thing that needs gloves and goggles just to handle. The words food grade fool people into thinking it is the safe, gentle kind. It is not. Food grade just means it is made without certain stabilizers, so it can be used in food processing plants. It says nothing about being safe to splash around, or, as we will get to later, safe to swallow. For your AC and everything around your house, you never need the 35% stuff. The $3 brown bottle does all of it. Buy 2, keep one by the AC and one under the sink, and you have got a cleaning kit that costs less than a fast food meal. Keep a spray bottle right next to it, and you have got what you need for almost every AC job in this video. There is no expensive foaming cleaner and no special equipment to buy, just the brown bottle and a rag. One more thing to know. That drugstore bottle has tiny amounts of stabilizers in it, like phenol and acetanilide added, so it lasts on the shelf. Totally fine for cleaning your equipment, just not something you ever want near your mouth. Number 2, store it in the dark or you're cleaning with water. Here's a mistake that quietly wastes half the bottles people buy. Hydrogen peroxide breaks down the moment it's hit with light and heat. It literally turns back into plain water and oxygen. So if you leave a clear jug sitting on a shelf in a sunny garage, in a few weeks you're spraying water and wondering why the mold keeps coming back. That's the whole reason it comes in a dark bottle in the first place. Keep it in that original opaque container in a cool, dark cabinet or closet. A hot garage or attic kills it faster, so keep it out of there. There's a quick 5-second test to know if yours still works. Pour a little onto a surface or into the sink. If it fizzes and bubbles, it's still good and strong. If it just sits there flat and silent, it's dead, and it's time for a fresh bottle. Once you crack a bottle open, use it up within a few months for the best strength. And if you ever open one and it's discolored or foaming on its own before it even touches anything, just toss it. The good news is it's cheap enough that replacing it costs almost nothing. Buy small, use it up, keep it in the dark, and it'll actually do the job when you reach for it. Check out my secret guides, the link's in the description, and if you're watching on your TV, scan the QR code on my banner. Number 3, the musty, dirty sock smell is mold, and what to do about it. That smell has an actual name in the trade. HVAC pros call it dirty sock syndrome, and it's not your imagination or a lost sock in a vent somewhere. It's mold and bacteria growing on the cold evaporator coil, in the drain pan, and in your ductwork, and every time the system starts up, your blower pushes it through the whole house. Now the part that matters. A lot of people notice the smell fades after the AC runs for a while and figure it fixed itself. It didn't. The mold is still living on that coil, just quieter, and it comes back worse next season. So what can you actually do with your $3 bottle? You can hit the parts you can safely reach. Wipe down the drain pan under the indoor unit with 3% peroxide, spray the vents and registers, and clean or swap the filter, which we'll get to shortly. That knocks down a big chunk of the smell right at its source. Now the honest part, because this is where the AC company is actually right. The evaporator coil itself is delicate. Those thin metal fins bend if you look at them wrong, and a deep coil cleaning really is a job for a tech with the right tools. Peroxide handles the surfaces you can reach. It's not a miracle fix for a coil that's completely caked over. Know that difference and you'll knock out the smell without wrecking your fins. Number 4, deep clean your window or portable air conditioner. If you run a window unit or a portable air conditioner, this is one of the best things you can do with peroxide, and it's exactly what those units need. Window and portable air conditioners are basically small damp boxes, and they grow mold fast in the filter, on the coils, and in the little drip tray inside. That's why an old window unit smells like a basement the second you switch it on in June. The cleaning itself is simple. First, and this is not optional, unplug the unit, pop off the front grill, and pull out the filter. If it's washable, rinse it and let it dry. If it's crumbling or heavily molded, just replace it. They're cheap. Vacuum the dust off the coils and fins with a soft brush or a can of compressed air, and be gentle because those fins bend easily. Wipe out the drip tray, then take your 3% peroxide in a spray bottle and spray down the fins, the coils, the interior, and the vents. And the nice part? You don't even have to rinse it because peroxide breaks down into plain water and oxygen on its own. Let everything dry completely before you put it back together and plug it in. This is exactly why bleach is the wrong tool here, since it corrodes those metal coils over time. Peroxide cleans and kills the mold without eating your unit alive. Do this once at the start of the season, and that musty window unit smell is just gone. One more thing worth doing. If the unit sat in storage all winter, clean it before the first hot day, not after you already smell the mold, so you're breathing clean air the very first time you switch it on. And check the foam seals around the sides while you're in there, since that spongy strip loves to grow mildew and it wipes down with the same spray. Number 5, clean the vents, registers, and filter that blow into your rooms. This one is about the air you're actually breathing. Your supply vents, the return grill, and your filter all collect dust. And wherever there's dust plus moisture, mold, and mildew, set up shop. Then your system blows all of it straight into your bedroom. So a few times during cooling season, pull your vent and register covers off and give them a wipe or a spray with 3% peroxide to kill the mold and the grime. Do the same with the big return grill. And your filter is the real workhorse here. A cheap clogged filter lets dust sail right through and pile up on your coil and in your drain line, which is what causes half the problems in this whole video. If you've got a washable filter, clean it with peroxide and water and let it dry. If it's a disposable one, just change it, and change it every 1 to 3 months during heavy use. One bonus most people miss. Using a decent filter, something rated MERV 5 or higher, actually keeps gunk out of your drain line, so you clog less and clean less. It's about the cheapest upgrade in your whole HVAC system. Clean vents, a clean filter, cleaner air, all from a spray bottle and a couple of bucks. Number 6, the drain line trick that saves you $200. All right, number 6, the one I told you to wait for, and it's the single most useful thing on this whole list. Your AC pulls a shocking amount of water out of the air, anywhere from 5 to 20 gallons a day, when it's really cranking in the summer heat. All that water drips into a pan and runs outside through a skinny white pipe called the condensate drain line. And that constant moisture grows algae and slime, which slowly clogs the line. When it clogs, one of two things happens. Either a safety switch shuts your whole AC off, so you're sitting there sweating with no cooling, or the water backs up and overflows, and now you've got water damage on your ceiling and your floor. Here's what the AC company doesn't advertise. You can clean and prevent that clog yourself with your $3 bottle. First, turn the AC off. Find the drain line's access point. It's usually a T-shaped pipe with a cap on top, near your indoor air handler in the attic, a closet, or the garage. Pop the cap off. Pour about 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide down the line. It fizzes and eats right through the algae and gunk, and unlike bleach, it won't corrode your coil or your pan. Let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes, then flush it with clean water and put the cap back. Do this once a month during cooling season, and your line basically never clogs. Now for the money part. If you let it clog and call somebody out, clearing that line runs about $75 to $250, and after hours it's even more. So a cup of peroxide once a month is the difference between 5 minutes of maintenance and a $200 service call, or a much bigger water damage bill down the road. That is the one that pays for the whole bottle 100 times over. And for the folks with a trickier setup, one more tip. If your drain line empties into a floor drain or runs through a condensate pump instead of straight outside, this exact same clean-out trick still works. You just pour the peroxide into the access tee and let gravity carry it through. Number 7. Never mix it with vinegar or bleach. Right after that drain line tip, this is the most important safety rule in the whole video, because it's tied directly to what we just did. When you go looking up how to clean your AC drain line, you will absolutely find people telling you to use vinegar or bleach, or to hit it with one and then the other. Do not ever combine them. When you mix hydrogen peroxide and vinegar, you create something called peracetic acid, which is corrosive and irritates your skin, eyes, throat, and lungs. There are real cases of people giving themselves breathing problems from mixing peroxide and vinegar to scrub a bathroom. And you never ever mix hydrogen peroxide or vinegar with bleach, because that reaction gives off toxic chlorine gas. Now picture where your air handler usually sits. A closet, a hot attic, a tight garage. Those are small, poorly ventilated spaces, which is exactly where those fumes build up fast and hit you hard. So keep it dead simple. Pick one. Peroxide on its own, straight from the 3% bottle, clears your drain line and cleans your unit just fine. If you ever want to switch to a different cleaner, flush the line completely with water first and give it plenty of air. Stick to one product and keep the air moving. Anyone online telling you to stack these chemicals together is handing you a trip to the emergency room. Skip it. Number 8. Reset your humidifier and dehumidifier. If you run a humidifier in the winter or a dehumidifier in a damp basement, this one protects the air you breathe. Both of these machines sit full of standing water, which makes them a perfect home for mold, mildew, and bacteria. And a dirty humidifier doesn't just sit there, it sprays whatever is growing inside it out into the room as a fine mist that you then breathe in all night. The good news? The EPA actually points to a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution as a way to clean humidifiers. So unplug it, take out the tank and any removable parts, and dump the old water. Mix about 4 parts water to 1 part 3% peroxide and fill the tank and the base with it. Let it sit for around 20 to 30 minutes so it can kill the mold and bacteria. Then empty it out and rinse everything really well with clean water before you refill it. The single biggest habit, though, is simple. Empty the tank and let it dry every single day you use it, because standing water is what grows the gunk in the first place. Same idea for a dehumidifier bucket. Rinse it and wipe it down with peroxide so it's not a little science project sitting in your basement. Clean machine, clean mist, and you're not quietly fogging your house with mold spores. This one matters most in the winter, when you're running that humidifier because someone's got a cold or a stuffy nose. That's the exact moment you do not want to be pumping mold and bacteria into the bedroom air, so a quick clean before cold season is well worth the 10 minutes. Real quick, if these tips are keeping money in your pocket, do me a favor and hit subscribe. I put out cheap, practical home fixes like this every week, the kind that keep the service techs out of your wallet. Alright, number 9, and this is the one that can fry your AC and hurt you, so pay attention. Number 9. Cut the power first and keep it off the electrical parts. This is the mistake I warned you about, and it's a big one, because you're spraying liquid around a machine that runs on high voltage electricity. Rule 1, before you clean anything inside your AC, cut the power. For a window or portable unit, that just means unplug it. For your central system, go flip the breaker for the AC, or pull the disconnect box that's usually mounted on the wall right next to your outdoor unit. Do not skip this step. Rule 2, keep the peroxide off the electrical guts. Your AC has parts like the capacitor, the control board, and a bundle of wiring, and spraying liquid straight onto those is how you fry your system or give yourself a nasty shock. Peroxide belongs on the coil, the drain pan, the drain line, the filter, and the plastic and metal housing. It does not belong sprayed into the electrical side of the unit. If you're ever not sure whether something is an electrical part, that's your signal to leave it alone and let a tech handle that piece. None of this is complicated. Power off first, liquid only on the moldy surfaces, nothing on the wiring. Follow those 2 rules and you get all of the cleaning benefit with 0 of the risk. Ignore them, and a $3 bottle turns into a very expensive repair or a trip to the ER. Number 10. Do not fall for the drink it trend. This one has nothing to do with your AC and everything to do with keeping you safe, because it's the most dangerous myth attached to this stuff. Somewhere online, someone is pushing the idea of drinking that 35% food-grade hydrogen peroxide watered way down as a health cure or a detox. Please do not. Hydrogen peroxide is not safe to swallow at any concentration, and that's not me being overly cautious. That's the FDA. Remember, food grade only describes how it's manufactured. It does not mean it's safe to drink. Swallowing this stuff can cause mouth blisters, internal bleeding, and serious stomach damage, and the concentrated version has genuinely landed people in the hospital. So let me be blunt for a second. Peroxide is a fantastic tool for your AC, your window unit, your drain line, and the mold around your house. It is a cleaning product, full stop. Keep it out of any glass you'd put to your mouth, no exceptions. The same bottle that cleans your whole system so well has no business anywhere inside your body. Number 11. What peroxide can't fix. Last one, and it's the honest flip side of everything above, because knowing the limits is what separates a smart do-it-yourselfer from someone who makes things worse. Hydrogen peroxide is a fantastic cleaner for organic gunk. Mold, mildew, algae, slime, all the smelly stuff. That's exactly why it works so well on your drain line, your window unit, and your vents. But it is a cleaner, not a mechanic. It will not fix a refrigerant leak. It won't repair a frozen or failing coil, and it can't do a thing about a bad capacitor or a motor that's on its way out. Those are real mechanical problems, and that's when you actually do want to call a pro. One more thing to set straight. Plain hydrogen peroxide, judged just by its strength, isn't officially a registered disinfectant. It's a strong cleaner and a genuinely good mold and bacteria killer, which is useful, but if you ever need true certified disinfection, reach for a product that's actually registered for it and follow the contact time on the label. So to sum it all up, use peroxide for the cheap, moldy, smelly maintenance jobs your AC company would love to bill you for. Respect the electrical parts and the mechanical repairs that need a tech, and that $3 brown bottle becomes one of the most useful things in your house. So there's your 11. Here's the bottom line. That plain $3 bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide is one of the cheapest and most useful tools you can own for your AC and the air in your home. It clears your drain line before it clogs and floods. It kills the musty mold smell in your vents and your window unit. It cleans your humidifier, and it does the jobs an AC company would happily put on a bill. Just as important, you now know the lines not to cross. Never mix it with vinegar or bleach. Keep it well away from the electrical parts, and never, ever drink it. Respect what it can't fix. Keep it stored in the dark, and that little brown bottle will save you real money season after season, And if you only do one thing off this whole list, make it the drain line, because that's the one standing between you and a flooded ceiling. If this saved you a service call or a nasty smell, that's the whole point of the channel. The full guides are in the description whenever you want to go deeper. Drop a comment and tell me which one you had no idea about, because I actually read them. And I'll catch you in the next one.